What's going on, discussion board? My name is Dominic, and today we're talking about Skinny Cow. Now, from this case study, my biggest takeaway was how Skinny Cow was able to hyper fixate on a very specific segment of the market. They didn't have to segment it, well, at some point they did, but that's not what this case study is about. I appreciate how they were able to know their audience and determine that based on just who they are and like who they found, right? It wasn't like we market towards it's women. It's women. They said they didn't necessarily set out saying we're for women, but when women were starting to kind of, really interact with their product because there was a recession and there was a lot of health, a push to eat healthy in the UK, growing diet culture. But during the recession, people still wanted like a little bit of a treat, right? And so Skinny Cow saw themselves as that tiny little niche. They mentioned that there's already really popular brands around like Ben and Jerry's and Haagen Dazs, but they weren't trying to directly compete with them. They knew their weaknesses, and they were like, you know what? Let's just stick with the niche part of the market that we already have resonance with: women. So you see them with their calculator. That's really funny. And you see them with, interacting with certain clothing brands and still also trying to say we are a healthier option, healthier alternative. We're still a treat. We're not trying to pull your leg too much. We're still a treat. We're still sugary, but we're lower sugar than the competitors. And that obviously was important to their certain demographic at that point in time. And there's a couple other tiny things about smart moves that I appreciated with them not being able to have ice cream year round, so they looked to other products. Hot chocolate, and ice cream sandwiches and things of that nature. So I guess what I really appreciated, to wrap it up in a bow, would just be that they didn't keep themselves in a box. They weren't trying to directly compete with the people that were kind of holding a monopoly on the market. They weren't trying to directly compete with Ben and Jerry's or poach Haagen Dazs's market. They just saw, here are the people who are already interacting with us. Let's lean in towards them and let's try to cover other parts of the market that we can, stake our claim in, like the hot chocolate and ice cream sandwiches. And that's all for me. Put your answers down below in the comment section. Thank you guys.